Hello and welcome back, Exanima, and continuing on with the journey through the Iron Gates and onwards to our goals. And still in version 5.0, still the same run, same character, and I go kind of gung-ho at this point. I like to take on more than one enemy at once. I see it as good practice, and it's a useful skill and something that's good to be able to do. It does sometimes put me in danger being willing to do that, and I do sometimes take damage from it when, if I'd been a bit more careful, then I probably wouldn't have. But that's just the way I play and how I'm playing the game at the moment. So going any further north there is just going to lead you to dead ends, so you need to take that turn in order to get onto this sort of network of rooms and corridors. And I don't even bother to get my torch out, and that leads me to a bit of difficulty there. So quickly have to adjust to the situation and bring the fight into somewhere more reasonable. There were a lot of enemies on floor 2. You kind of have to be ready. At all times you could meet enemies that are wandering around, and they can turn up in various locations and configurations, so you need to be on your guard. If you follow this room right the way down. Oh, more enemies first. But this is where you can sort of make a bit of a beeline towards getting the key in order to open a significant room to ensure yourself some decent armor going into the last and final part of the game. But obviously, as I demonstrate, each fight is dangerous. This zombie might not be obviously a danger, but the weapon is a bladed weapon, and that can therefore do quite significant damage to you if it connects well. So you always have to be careful. And the axe on this guy as well is another one you have to be really careful of. And that's enough for me to decide health potion time. I'm about halfway down, and going into fights fully rejuvenated is going to leave me a little bit down on luck in terms of my health. And yeah, about 50% I do tend to use the health potion, and I kind of got jumped on as well a little bit there, and dealing with that enemy quickly was obviously quite important one or two hits from him and it would have been the end of the run. So everything timed quite nicely to allow me to regenerate my damage taken back up, and sort of take a bit of a chill out and a breather. Yeah, I'm confident enough now with the way my life total is regenerated to continue on, and straight into more enemies. It's one thing to expect from level 2 is just zombies everywhere. Trying to do things as cleanly and efficiently as I can, and some fights go better than others, obviously. The thing is, if you're able to get them down quickly enough, you pretty much eliminate the problem of more joining in, because if you can time your kills to be fast and efficient, then by the time another one has a chance to notice you and run to the fight, you've already killed the first one. It doesn't always pan out like that though. And yeah, that fight took a bit of work, but we're gonna keep going. There's so many to kill in this area. Most of the time I think I spend fighting in this video. I don't often check the enemies for loot unless I see something on them that I think is particularly nice as I'm fighting them. There's always the option of taking the weapon off an enemy as well, and that's something to always bear in mind. If you like the look of a weapon that an enemy is using, or you know that you particularly like that style of weapon, then just go and hunt that enemy down. So you start to see the first signs of inhabitants. This is sort of like a dining and a kitchen area, and it leads through to some bedrooms, and that's where we're headed at the moment. We're trying to get the key to unlock the armory room. So it does plays with your mind a little bit sometimes, the directions and with your sense of direction, but I think I get there in the end. The fight went pretty nicely there, considering how surprising the second one was, really. I managed to adjust and take them out pretty efficiently, even though I was caught on the hop. And I know that this is the area that I need to be in, and to find the key I need to come here. There are a couple of keys in this area though, and it can catch you out a little bit. So there's this one on the table, but that's not really the key we're after. See how long it takes for me to work it out in the game. Maybe a little while. It's easy sort of sitting back and watching back over things, and it's probably really useful for my personal gameplay as well. Another compass in here, in case you forgot it the first time round. And a very nice find for us, obviously. Perfect upgrade for what I'm using already. I realised at this point that I haven't got the key yet, clearly, and I go back to try and find it. And this is probably the best way to get it cemented in your mind as well, to watch this little bit of footage, and I think I get there eventually. But these two bedrooms, you ignore them for the key. I don't know why I'm in there. Okay, I'm checking out another trunk. and you run straight past and you go through the door that's on the end of that corridor, and yeah, then you have a fight on your hands. And the telltale sign here is the law on the floor. The law on the floor. By the door. That's your clue to you being in the right place. Beware of the guy with the axe, though. And I do like this new sword. I think I did take a bit of damage, sort of adjusting to the new sword. I was probably a little bit heedless in the way I ran into one of the first fights, and taking damage at this stage is actually quite significant because it's all going to shorten the length of my run, my potential to get further in the game. And on the third floor now, the health potion is in a random place, so you're not assured of getting it every time. You're not assured of getting another health potion. Well, at least I haven't found a way to be assured of it. And so every bit of damage that I take now is significant to how the run is going to go. Here we run back out to this point, and then we have the choice, and we follow the compass and go south. Don't let the world trick us that you can't go south. because you can. And then when you start seeing doors in this room here, that's when you know you're in the right place, and a little bit of hunting around and you'll get the unlike I'm doing now, but if you're in that room, then you'll see it behind you. It's on the opposite side of the wall, and that is the doors to the armory that we now have the key for. And expect to fight in here as well. And straight away we're grabbing loot from everywhere. That's the sort of the leg guards on the table. We get a helm from the shelf on the top here. A chest to open. A new shield. And then over to this set of shelves where we can get a breastplate. The prison door there used to be locked with a key around, but it's actually just open now. I'm not sure if I actually find anything, but it's worth a check. And I think I'll probably explore around this area a little bit actually. I'm not sure if I find anything. There might be another chest somewhere. Well, it looks like I've given up looking even if there is one, and I'm gonna set on my way now to go to level 3. I'm feeling nicely geared from a trip to the armory, and my health total is looking not too bad, so it seems to make sense to sort of push on and go to the next stage of the game. So I'm sort of going back to the area where I got the keys, and instead of going east, I go west. Just trying to make sure in my head that was the right way around. But yeah, instead of going east, I go west. Pretty sure that's it. We'll see anyway. You have to sort of do a bit of a backtrack on yourself to get to the armory and back and to get all that gear, but I definitely think it's worth doing, and progressing to level 3 without taking sort of advantage of some of the bits and pieces you can get from level 2 is a mistake, and you should make sure you're fully armed. There's definitely things that I'm missing here in favour of just running straight to the point where I need to go, and there's tons of chests and all sorts of rooms on level 2 to explore, but this is the way that you get through to level 3, and I'll see you in the next one for the start of that.